Hello everybody, thanks for joining me for another week with Mirree's Dreamtime messages. Welcome to everyone, and especially to all my new subscribers. It really means a lot, and welcome back to all my regulars, and I hope that you guys had a wonderful week. I know it can be pretty challenging leading up to Christmas, but in saying that, I still hope that you had some quiet moments of reflection and joy throughout your week. Now, this is the Christmas week actually, and so I hope everybody has been able to get their Christmas presents so far, but if you haven't, there's actually still time. Christmas is on Thursday this year, and so we've still got Monday to Wednesday, and so usually Express Post gets to Victoria states within 2 days from where I am, and we'll get to Queensland within 3 days, and so but that's how everything has been arriving so far. But you know, I can't really guarantee that for you, but I'd like to. Up until this point, that's how parcels, that's the amount of time that parcels have been taking to arrive. And of course, you can still purchase over New Year's and Boxing Day, and still, if you're eyeing something off on the store, because there is some pretty good free gifts that I'm giving away at this point in time, and so I am happy to honor those, especially while stocks last. And so the week is going to be starting the 22nd and running until the 28th, and so this will carry us through Boxing Day and Christmas, and yeah, so I hope that everyone has a lovely Christmas, a happy, a holy and safe Christmas with family and friends. And so even if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's okay. I hope that you're going to be able to spend some nice quiet time, or with yourself, in giving back to yourself what you're needing during this time, or maybe you have some friends that you can catch up with, or maybe you will be able to speak to somebody on the phone if that's what you're needing during this time. So don't hesitate to reach out to someone if you're needing to talk over this challenging time, which can be for some people. And yeah, so, but you're never alone on Art by Mirree community pages or social media pages, and there's over 950 videos now on Art by Mirree YouTube channel, and so I hope that keeps you company over this Christmas break. And but I hope also that you are I hope and that I pray that everybody receives what they're needing this year, and wanting and hoping over this Christmas break. And so yeah, well, during this time, we're in the summertime in Australia, and so it can get pretty hot in a lot of parts where I am, and where I'm originally from is from one of the hottest parts, and so yeah, I'm pretty used to the heat here in Australia, so but not so much the cold. Where I live currently is kind of in a bit of a colder climate, above like about 800 above sea level, so you can get pretty cold, and it snows here as well. So but you know, I'm slowly getting used to it, but I hope wherever you are in the world that the weather is going to be bright and shining, sunny and fine. And so with much further ado, let's get into what the week is going to be bringing us. during the 22nd until the 27th, we've actually got a waxing crescent moon. Last week we had a waning crescent moon, and so the waxing crescent moon is about bringing forth your intentions. And so when we think about our goals and our dreams, and and having plans, intentions make up part of those plans. And so it's also like a statement we want to bring forth to ourselves, similar to a promise as well. And so during these cycles of the moon, it allows us to amplify our statements and making it more powerful, and it brings us more meaning and letting the universe and God know that you mean business. And so you're really putting it out there, what it is that you're wanting to achieve. And so during this little window of potentially charged energy and light, you can focus on those intentions that you want to bring forward. And so nature is also the key here, so it's important to get connected by spending some time in the moonlight, which you can do as well. And these action steps allow you to step outside of the norm into this new life. And so we can't really bring in something new if we don't step outside of our comfort zone first, in allowing what we want to bring forward to be known. And so and baby steps is all it takes. You might want to be focusing on something that's going to bring you some healing. Maybe you want to give back more to yourself or to your community. So whatever it is, like I always like focusing on transformation and healing in when I do personally, especially like being able to make a transformation or a change does lead to healing, because we can let go of old aspects from the past. And so that's something that I've always loved to focus on in my work and in my personal life as well. And so because I find that it's very exciting being on the edge, being on the cutting edge of change. And you get to learn so much about yourself as well. And so so this is going to bring us through right until the 27th, and then the 28th, which is next Sunday, is going to be the first quarter moon, which is a time to make decisions on the first quarter moon. And so that's something to be mindful of as we are leading into the week. And I'm going to also soon be bringing out a little Dreamtime moon booklet. And so what this has inside the booklet has some really interesting and phases that we go through in our lives that can help us change the way that we want to live our life. Sometimes we're actually caught in a loop or a pattern that's not allowing us to move forward. And so sometimes we can feel like we're on repeat. And so and until we can bring light to the realization of what's actually happening, we can't move forward. And so it's not going to matter what we do, it's just going to keep happening if we are not able to see what actually is there that we need to uncover or bring light to. And so I'm going to be making these booklets available when you make a purchase in my store. And so that's going to be pretty exciting. That's coming up very soon. And so I think it was like maybe 12 months ago or more that I brought out a booklet to do with a small booklet that was free that I did with a purchase in my store for just understanding the energy inside your home a little bit more, so that you could also tap into that energy in order to bring more success into your life as well. And so because different rooms in our house can be like can work more for us or can work against us, and so we can kind of use that to bring in more positive energy as well. But in saying that, let's get to it. We drew draws. Let's continue on, because last week we drew some pretty powerful cards with the koala and baby. I am allowing. When I share with others to let them know my needs, I allow myself to be completely supported by life. And for the first time, I'm making this painting, original painting, available, and it's in my online store. So yeah, check it out. And the other card that we actually drew is with crocodile. I am powerful. When I release what no longer serves me from my life, I become more powerful. And the third card that we drew is with blue wren. I am loved. When I listen to the inner sounds and calls of my soul, it naturally guides me to align myself to the high vibrations of love. And that was our solution card. And so I'm pretty excited to see what we're going to be drawing for this week to do with the Christmas week. And so if you've got your Dreamtime card deck, it comes in a box. You've got your 100-page booklet and your 36 glossy cards. So I hope you've been following along with the Dreamtime messages, and so that you can get the most out of your week, because every week I pull out 3 cards. The first 2 are just kind of giving us an overview, and the third card gives us like solutions to whatever we're currently going through. So the Dreamtime cards are specifically for bringing about spiritual guidance during any troubled times and uncertainty. And so just gives us a little bit of a guidance during our week, keeping focused on our goals and our positivity and dreams, things like that. And so let's see the first card that we're going to be drawing out this week. And yeah, we've been doing a lot of this lately, which we've been needing, and especially over this Christmas period. I am resting, letting us know when I focus on myself, allow my spirit to rest, I'm recharging and revitalizing my spiritual energy, which connects to the very heart of my culture. And so yeah, we during the year we don't really get this card many times, but it's very appropriate during this time, and especially for me, getting this rest. And so that is the first card that we drew out. So if we have a look in the guidebook, this one is 32, and it's on page 77. And so yeah, when we can go to a place to recuperate ourselves from a busy week, or from a situation that has caused us to feel low in energy, it may just be from the end of a situation or a cycle, or from working too much or too hard. Whatever the reason may be, just take yourself to a place within the country that your spirit can connect to and recuperate from the outside world. So the action step this week to do with resting Rainbow Serpent, meditate on this image also that you can do this week that contains a sacred spiral of life, which has powerful healing and transformative properties, with the added benefit of raw untapped energy of Rainbow Serpent and colors. Use this to rejuvenate your sacred spirit. Place this image somewhere like a prayer or meditation table to have your wishes and prayers listened to, a place of spiritual refuge where the energy of the Rainbow Serpent resides with all its healing colors of the land, and from which it is created. And this card represents recuperation, rest in place, wishes answered, flowing waters and streams, family protection, blessings from above, healing colors of the land, secrets of creation, and honoring the land. Yes, and so the rainbow serpent makes up spiritual beliefs of Aboriginal people. It is their culture and way of life, and you can feel a sense of belonging when you connect to the ways of the land. Because of culture, you know who you are and where you have come from. The fighting spirit keeps us alive and strong. And so that is the first card that we drew. Let's look and see the second card. You know, resting rainbow serpent is pretty self-explanatory, especially if you've got the guidebook. You can go back over this video many times if you want to, or you can just purchase one of the Dreamtime card decks, and you can go back over the meaning behind the Dreamtime cards through the companion book, and so which has like a few layers of information in there, and so you can't always put all the information in a video, so because it just makes it too long, and so I just you know, break it down a little bit, so then that gives us a lot more time, just, you know, in order to catch up with some other things like the phases of the moon and the weather in this country, especially if you're viewing from another country like a lot of you are, or maybe you're in a different state of Australia, which a lot of you are as well. So whoa. Now we're just going to keep shuffling so that we can get the right card around the second one, and then we can go on to the solution card, which will be the last card that we draw out. Oh my gosh, it might be a busy week this week. It usually always is around this time of the year. So the second card we drew out is with I am calm, with eagle. When I stop for a moment to breathe, I can reach a better perspective of my situation when I am calm, and I make important decisions with ease. And so eagle is number 8 card, which you can find on page 29 of the guidebook. And so don't let a lack of motivation, distractions, or any uncertainty to stop you from planning your future, because it is pausing for a moment that we can make good decisions that will affect the rest of your life, especially if it is to do with long-term plans or goals. And that is why eagle is so empowering to us, because it reminds us that our soul is going to be nourished, taking a moment to step back and evaluate our plans related to the long term in order for you to move forward again. And so the action step this week to do with eagle is letting us know that you need to pause for a moment and get a better perspective before taking action. Carefully consider your next move and take some time to understand what the best option for you is at this moment. There is no need to rush. Just allow yourself to contemplate your next move. This is an important time to trust in your next progress of your evolution, and focus on the choices of priority that need your attention. You could be feeling very unmotivated or unsure or distracted during this time, so you can always turn that around by making timely decisions. Carefully consider what your priorities are and planning for the future. And so that is our second card this week, and so let's have a look and see what our third card is, so that we can you know, get the best out of our week, and we can, you know, start to look for solutions based on the third card to anything that could be causing us a concern or uncertainty over the week. And so focusing on the action steps of these 3 cards over the next week can really help us to just stay aligned to those dreams of yours and stay aligned to your path and to the direction that you want to take. And so that's ultimately why we do the cards every week, and you know, bring some value and support to the Art by Mirree community out there. And so yeah, wow, okay, now we know what's happening. And the last card that we pulled out is our solution card with Ancestral Dragonfly. I am awakening, letting us know when I allow myself to step outside of my limits, the opportunities for expansion and growth are limitless, and this leads to the awakening of my gifts deep within. And so yeah, this is like really powerful card to get at the end of our week. To get as our solution card. And so when we have a look at this one is actually number 23, and yeah, this is great. And so we can see this one, which is on page 59. And so in the beginning there is new life again, and from the creation series of the Dreamtime, brought to you by Mirree and the ancestors in honor and respect of the ancestors, I brought within this Dreamtime card deck, I combined the ancestral paintings that I did with the Dreamtime paintings and put them all into this card deck. And this is one of the ancestor paintings that I did related to the dragonfly. And so this one actually is similar to a painting that I had just finished to do with the lady beetle and dragonfly. And so I will leave a link in the description to do with that one. And also, like, I'm going to try to put a picture as well at the end of this video of the painting, because this one has actually evolved to a place where I've put the lady beetles in there, which actually represents the inner child healing. And so we can make a lot of progress when we are able to tap into that healing. And so but that is to do with the painting that I'm telling you about. And so let's go back to the card, and I will leave the link in the description box to do with this painting that I'm talking about. That is so amazing. And not only that, it's so amazing that I'm actually going to be doing a larger painting in it, in order to bring out and reveal even more information for us. And so there is the actual dragonfly is the fastest flying insect in the world, actually, and because it has two sets of wings, but because they fly so fast we can only see one. Dragonflies remind us of the beginning of time, when creation first started, when everything was first created in innocence. So allow yourself to see through any limitations that are currently preventing you from further growth. And so the action step this week to do with Ancestral Dragonfly, you are understanding more about certain patterns of negativity that have been playing out in your life, so that you can release them in order to go back to the beginning to create something brand new. And so dragonflies symbolize strength, healing, protection, blessing from a loved one, renewal, abundance, rebirth, new beginning, letting go, transformation, awakening, and spirituality. And so I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas this year, and I know that it can be challenging at times, but I hope that this has brought you even just a little bit of joy over the Christmas. And so I'm going to also try to fit in a story time over this week, so there may be a few more videos that I'll post over the week, even though I only normally post 2 videos per week, which is on a Sunday and a Monday. I will try to post more this week, in light of Christmas and for all of you out there watching. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you'll be notified of all the new videos that I'm going to be uploading this week and over the course of the end of the year and starting off on the new year and a new note. And so I hope that everyone has a wonderful week. And so these are the 3 cards that we pulled out this week. Is with Resting Rainbow Serpent, letting us know that to get some rest this week. And the Eagle, I am calm, letting us know that it's important to pause for a moment in order to make the best decisions with ease, so that we can have some quiet time and allow ourselves just to relax while we're making any important decisions with ease. And the other card that we drew out is with Ancestral Dragonfly, letting us know that we're making awakening this week, and we're actually recognizing any patterns that have been playing out from the past. And this is a really great time just to pause, stop and relax. And just during this time, as the year is winding down, and just give yourself recognition for how far you've come over the year, and try to give yourself some credit and some acknowledgement about all the things that you've gone through over this period of time up until this point. And you know, we've been here all this time with you all in you know, sadness, or in all those any troubled times that you've been having. And so yeah, we're still here, and you know, we all have troubled times and uncertainty in our life, and you know, nobody is immune to it, not even I. And so it's just a part of life that we go through. And yeah, so in keeping that in mind, I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you again next week as per usual. And don't forget to like and share with your friends and family that may be, you know, feeling alone or lonely this Christmas, or maybe you know, you just never know who these messages may be helping over this time, over this important time. And so I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And don't forget that I've still you can still grab a free tote bag and free Dreamtime card deck, which is worth over $120 with every original painting. And so this one is the Woodland Cockatoo. It's with Crimson Rosellas and Dragonflies. And so this one in particular, I've actually used natural pigments in this one. And we've got the Crimson Rosella growing, and this one was done at the start of this year actually, which has some really beautiful blues in this one, especially if you're wanting to gift to somebody. And the other one quickly featuring is the Willy Wagtail. And so yeah, I'll pop the link in the description box. And bye everyone, I'll see you again next week. Merry Christmas.